Hey guys, today I'll be talking about dominance on flight rising, what it is, and how you can participate in your flight's dominance. I'm mostly making this video because many of the information regarding dominance on flight rising is pretty obscure, which, to be fair, is pretty much expected because dominance isn't really an official site activity. Instead, it's a site activity that's mainly created by its users, so there isn't much official information regarding how to participate in dominance, if at all. And that being said, if you would like to learn more about dominance, what it is, and how you can participate in your flight's dominance, then let's just jump straight into this video. So first of all, what is dominance? Well, before we can even begin to start talking about dominance, we'll need to learn about flights. So when you first make your account on Flight Rising, you will be prompted to pick a flight to join. The flights you can pick from are Earth, Fire, Ice, Light, Lightning, Nature, Plague, Shadow, Water, Wind, and Arcane. And when you pick your flight, you will be able to see the banner of your flight on your clan profile page, and you'll also be able to access the flight-specific forms in the community forum section. This decision doesn't really have much other impact when it comes to how you interact with the site itself, but when it comes to dominance, it makes all the difference because the flight you have chosen is basically the team you'll be fighting for in dominance battles. So what are dominance battles? Well, dominance battles operate on a weekly basis and resets every Sunday. And you can basically check each flight's progress by clicking on dominance under the play subheader on the sidebar. On the right is basically the leaderboard for the dominance battle of the current week, while the banners on the left show the winner, first and second runners-up of the previous week's dominance battles. The winner of each week's dominance receives perks throughout the week, such as discounts on lair expansions, discounts on marketplace, and extra gathering turns and the like. And these perks last until the next dominance winners are chosen and the dominance progress resets. Although the exact method of calculation is unknown, it is mostly understood that flight positions on a leaderboard are calculated based on the numbers of dragons that active users in the flight have exalted throughout the week. So in general, it is true that the more dragons that a flight has exalted, the higher they would be able to climb on the leaderboard. Every user has the ability to exalt dragons. To do so, you just need to go to your clan lair, click on the dragon you'd like to exalt, click on the exalt button underneath the dragon, and the selected dragon will be exalted. You will also earn treasure based on the level of the dragon that you have exalted, but we'll get into more detail about that later. Now that you have a brief understanding of what dominance is, you're ready to start participating in dominance battles yourself. As mentioned in the beginning of this video, dominance is pretty much a user-made activity, meaning that you won't really find any official information from Flight Rising about it. So to participate, you'll have to find it under your flight's private dominant forum. Since I'm from Arcane, I have access to Arcane's private dominance forum, but depending on which flight you're in, you will have access to your flight-specific dominance forum. So just click into the forum, and you should be able to find the push schedules and some basic information about your flight's dominance. These should be pinned to the top of the forums. I'm not sure why they wouldn't be, but if by chance they're not, then just ask around, and I'm pretty sure someone from the dominance team from your flight will get back to you. I think most flights dominance teams are pretty good with that. If you are just getting started, then the main things you should pay attention to is the push schedule and any Dominance 101 threads in the forums. In Dominance, a push basically refers to when your flight is actively trying to climb the leaderboard. So the push schedule will let you know which weeks your flight is actively participating in Dominance, so you can get ready and participate it too. The reason for push schedules is for flights to coordinate when to exalt dragons so they can more effectively climb the dominance leaderboard. Since only dragons exalted during the week are counted, and the progress basically resets each week. This lets flight decide which weeks to really put all their effort and exalts into, and technically it is possible for a flight to win dominance 2 weeks in a row, but this is very hard due to a system called dominance fatigue. Again, the staff doesn't really clarify how the system works, but to our understanding, it's basically a penalty given to the flight that has most recently won a dominance, which makes their exalts carry less points and thus making them less likely to win dominance for 2 consecutive weeks. That isn't to say that it's actually physically impossible for a flight to win twice in a row. If I recall correctly, there was one time where the Earth flight actually won dominance for 4 times in a row, which is widely known as Earth Quad Dom by the community. Unfortunately, I don't really know any of the major details, but if you're interested, I'm sure you'll get a lot of responses if you just ask around at forums. But back to the topic at hand. Alternatively, the Dominance 101 thread will basically teach you the basics of dominance and how to partake in dominance. The thread will also most likely show you all the different roles you can take part in order to start contributing and beginning to participate in dominance. I will have another video going into further detail on all the different roles and what they do, and I'll have the video linked in the description box down below as soon as I have it finished. For now, just know that the main way to contribute to dominance is to be a trainer. A trainer is basically a user who trains dragons in the Colosseum and then exalts the trained dragon to earn points for their flight. To do this, you'll need 1 or 2 level 25 dragons, and along with some fodder dragon. And fodder dragons are basically dragons that are just meant to be trained and exalted. Again, I will make another video going into more depth of all the different types of builds for trainers, but this is just what you need to know in order to give you the basic information on what dominance is and how to get started. So now that you know the basics of what dominance is, the best way to start participating in dominance is to begin communicating with your flight's dominance team. I'm not sure if this is similar for other flights, but for Arcane, we make new threads for each new push. So you may have to browse around the forums to find the thread of your flight's upcoming push. If you can't find it, then don't worry, just ask. I know I'm saying this a lot, but from my own knowledge, many of the users who are participating in dominance are really willing to help newbies get into dominance because God knows they need new people in dominance. I think most flights aside from Earth only have like a handful of people who are really actively engaged in dominance to begin with, but with that, you now have all the basic knowledge of dominance and should be ready to be able to get into it with some help from your flight. Hopefully this video has helped you understand the basics of what dominance on flight rising is about, and I already have some video ideas lined up, such as important vocabulary to know when doing dominance, the different roles in dominance, the different builds for trainer dragons and the like. But if you also have something you'd like me to talk about, then feel free to just let me know down in the comment section down below. And anyways, if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And I'll be seeing you in the next video, whenever that may be. See ya!